Hey, it's Barry Allen here today, and welcome to this comprehensive walkthrough of our Thunkable quiz application. Today, I'll be taking you through all 5 screens of this interactive quiz game, explaining how each component works and how they connect together to create a complete learning experience. Let's begin with the splash screen, which serves as our application's entry point and sets the tone for the entire experience. Looking at the initialization block at the top, we see that when the app starts, it immediately initializes a variable called name with empty quotes. This will store the player's name throughout their session. When the splash screen opens, the system plays classical BGM 1.mp3 as background music, creating an inviting atmosphere for new users. This classical music choice suggests a more sophisticated or educational tone for the application. The main interaction element is button 1. When clicked, it triggers several important actions. First, it plays a button sound effect called Bubble Pop 2 293341 1 MP3 to provide immediate audio feedback. Then, it captures the user's name by setting the app variable name to whatever text the user has entered in the TXT name text input field. Finally, it navigates to the Level Select screen, moving us into the main application flow. This splash screen effectively serves as both a welcome screen and a name collection interface, personalizing the experience from the very beginning. The Level Select screen is where players choose their difficulty level and where the application prepares the quiz data. This screen demonstrates more complex initialization and database preparation. At the top, we see 4 initialization blocks that set up our core game variables. The system initializes score to 0, no questions to 0, start questions to 0, and question counter to 0. These variables will track the player's progress throughout their quiz session. When the Level Select screen opens, there are 2 identical blocks that both play menu.mp3 and set the player name label to display the name captured from the splash screen. This creates continuity and personalizes the interface. Now let's examine the level selection buttons. We have 2 level buttons, BTN LVL1 and BTN LVL2, and they follow very similar patterns with important differences. For Level 1, BTN LVL1, when clicked, the system stops the menu music and plays the button sound effect. After a 2-second pause, it sets the no questions variable to the number of rows in the Level 1 database table, essentially counting how many questions are available for this level. Then it navigates to the Level 1 screen. Level 2, BTN LVL2, follows the same pattern, but queries the Level 1 table for its question count before navigating to Level 2. This suggests that both levels might draw from the same question database, but with different selection criteria or difficulty filters. The database integration here is crucial. By counting the available questions, the application can dynamically adjust featuring comprehensive game logic, answer validation, and progression mechanics. Initialization and setup. When Level 1 starts, the system performs extensive initialization. It sets selected quest to a random integer between 1 and 10, determining which question will be presented. Core tracking variables are initialized. Score starts at 0. Max counter is set to 10, our target for completion. Selected answer and question count both start at 1. The interface labels are immediately updated to show the starting score and question number, and the system calls load questions to begin the quiz. When the screen opens, it plays Combat BGM 1.mp3 as background music, creating an energetic atmosphere that differs from the classical music of the splash screen. Question loading system. The load questions function demonstrates sophisticated database interaction. It queries the Level 1 table using the selected quest variable as a row identifier. The system retrieves question data and populates the answer buttons. BTN to answer 1 and BTN to answer 2 get their text from specific database columns, while the correct answer is stored in corrector for later validation. The check answer function is the most complex part of Level 1. It compares the selected answer with the correct answer stored in correct A. For correct answers, the system plays correct MP3, increments both score and question count, and displays positive visual feedback, including a success image and offer clapping.gif animation. The score and question displays are updated immediately. For incorrect answers, failure MP3 plays instead. The question count still increments, but score remains unchanged, and different visual feedback appears, a failure image and dog.gif animation. Both paths include a 2-second wait period for feedback absorption, followed by audio management that stops current sounds and resumes the background music. Level 2 builds upon Level 1's foundation while adding significant complexity through multiple answer choices and time pressure mechanics. Level 2's initialization is more complex than Level 1. Beyond the standard variables like selected quest, random 1 to 10, correct A, 0, and max counter, 10, it introduces timer starting at 0. This suggests time-based gameplay elements. The system also initializes 3 answer buttons instead of 2, and when the screen opens, it plays the same Combat BGM 1.mp3, but also enables a timer component. The load questions function queries a Level 2 table. Note the different naming convention from Level 1's Level 1 table. It populates 3 answer buttons. BTN, Answer 2. Timer integration. The most significant addition in Level 2 is the timer system. There's a Timer 1 component with associated logic that affects gameplay. When the timer fires, it increments a timer counter and updates display elements. There's also an outtime function that appears to handle timeout scenarios. The timer adds pressure to decision-making and creates a more dynamic gameplay experience than Level 1's thoughtful, unpressured approach. Advanced progression logic. Level 2's next question function is more sophisticated than Level 1's. It increments the question count, updates question number display, generates a new random question selection, and includes additional logic for handling timer resets and image visibility states. The progression check still looks for a score of 10 for advancement, but the timer element means players must balance accuracy with speed. When the results screen opens, it plays menu.mp3 to signal a return to menu-style navigation. The screen has multiple initialization blocks that create a personalized experience. The first block sets LBL player name 1 to display a greeting that combines hello with the player's name stored in the app variable. This creates a personalized welcome message. The second block creates a score summary by setting LBL result score to display your score is, followed by the actual score achieved. This gives players immediate feedback on their performance. A third block appears to set the player name display again, ensuring consistent personalization across the interface. The results screen includes a BTN home screen button that serves as the primary navigation element. When clicked, It performs several important reset functions. First, it resets both score and question counter back to 0, clearing the game state for a fresh start. Then, it navigates back to the level select screen, allowing players to choose a new challenge. The system also stops the Bubble Pop 2293341 MP3 sound effect, ensuring clean audio transitions. This reset functionality is crucial for replayability. Players can immediately start a new quiz session without restarting the entire application.